Looks like we grabbed another one off the Discovery fan site this time.
Yeah, apparently a viewer saw an ad in the back of a magazine that advertised that you could build a levitation machine using 3 vacuum cleaner motors, and it would lift 150 pounds.
A levitation machine?
Yeah, levitation machine.
The Mythbusters have dug one up from the good old days when $1.50 bought you X-ray vision. Rubber vomit was 99 cents. And holy cow, a hovercraft cost just $5.50.
This story emerged from an ad from an old magazine. The idea is that anybody can create what is considered to be alternative technology in their own home, separate from big business and from government.
So in some dusty magazine, there are plans for a mythic self-propelling levitation machine made from ordinary household items like vacuums. Jamie and Adam never found those plans, but that won't stop them trying to build one.
Yeah, I think it's true. I know it's true. It's going to be something really fun to build. And I think Jamie and I can actually add something to the whole industry of vacuum cleaner levitation.
I'm reasonably certain that this myth is not true.
Jamie doesn't think it's true?
Pete Anderson is the vacuum man. He's been repairing these suckers for 30 years.
I fix 90% of the vacuums on the market, and you name it, I do it, you know. I can take them apart and put them back together in no time.
With such a wealth of knowledge, Pete wisely guards his secrets closely.
So, Pete, it sounds like you're rummaging around. Can we come back there?
No.
Please?
No.
Then we're coming in to get you.
Then I'll have the vacuums attack you.
Pete eventually weakens and agrees to reveal the secret of the vacuum cleaner pump. Adam is in heaven.
Right.
Then it shoots it into this one here.
Which pulls it in.
And then it directs this air right into this baby.
The magic of it all seems strangely lost on Jamie. Until...
Electricity! See if it works. Here we go. Got his tongue. Got his tongue.
I got bit.
He got his tongue.
Bleeding.
Am I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the stupidest thing I've ever done.
We're going to have to stitch your mouth shut, I think, for this.
You wish.
And so begins the delicate job of extracting pumps.
I'm not destructive by nature. If you watch the time lapse of what we just did, he was the first one to take one of his vacuum cleaners and smash it on the ground. I just enjoy it. Do you ever see Jamie enjoy anything?
Now the Mythbusters have to turn destruction into construction.
Whoa, that's hardcore. Oh, that'll never fly.
This is gonna fly inside of half an hour.
Adam's rigged 3 engines together. They'll glue a bag to the base to harness the blowing power, cutting holes so it doesn't burst like a balloon. It all seems too easy.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, yeah. Let's try it. Yeah, baby! Whoa! Oh, man, dude, that totally works.
It's a very un-Mythbusters-like moment. They've built an invention, and nothing has gone wrong. Ah, that's more like it.
You want to lie there for a minute, or you want to get up?
Adam is soon back on that horse, and it seems they're riding a winner.
Oh, I think you're gonna have to hold me tighter, Jamie. I think we busted it. Well, I think that worked really well, actually. I see no reason that you couldn't call a hovercraft a type of levitation device. Yeah, I think we've definitely done something good here.
If they wanted to quit while they were ahead, this would be a good time. But of course, that won't happen.
I have gleaned a lot of information from this test, but I think I ought to keep it to myself. I think maybe you ought to take what you think you've learned from this test, and I'll take what I think I've learned from this test, and let us build our own machines and see how we can do against each other.
I'd say that's a wonderful plan, Adam.
The challenge is set. Who can build the best self-propelling levitation machine out of parts found around the home? It's a battle of wits and egos. But before construction starts, they'll drop in on another myth. The Levitation Machine Challenge is a go. In the red corner, Team Savage, Adam, Tori, and Christine. In the blue, Heinemann's heroes, Jamie, Scotty, and Carrie. Each has a budget of $500 and 2 days to build a flying, self-propelling levitation machine out of household items. Then they race for glory.
The secret plans are, we're gonna do 3 pads like this. We're gonna have a leaf blower back here. I got a whole bunch
So we're not using any of the vacuum motors? Okay.
No.
To improve stability, Adam's craft will have 3 connected bases, like lily pads. He'll mount the seat and engines on top.
Check it out.
And it will have a little more kick than your standard vacuum cleaner.
180 miles per hour, 360 cubic feet per minute.
Leaf blowers, 2 big, expensive ones. Adam's blown away his entire budget. And possibly Jamie, too. Adam's plan is for one blower to provide lift and the other propulsion.
The question is how to mount these puppies up so that 1, there's control, 2, there's some aerodynamics, 3, there's some stability. Like I want to be here.
Okay.
Christine's come up with a new, stronger skirt to capture the air.
Come on, machine, don't jam up on me. I feel like I'm doing crafts in kindergarten.
In just 2 hours, Team Savage has the first pad ready to test.
All right.
Ready?
I think that's magnificent. I think the distance is perfect, the buoyancy is great, and it's pretty darn stable for just 1 person in the center. 3 of these is going to be great. The thing is that this powers 1 beautifully, but it's got to power 3.
Adam has to split the airflow from 1 leaf blower to inflate all 3 pads. He'll divide the blast with pipe.
How do you like that? That'll do.
But is there enough lift? Adam's design might be stable, but it's also heavy. There's a steel frame holding the pads together and a seat.
Up and right there. Okay, close your eyes. Right
Wait. If you weld this, you're committed to this height of the chair.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be a smart idea to put a pipe the same diameter as this?
Maybe.
And then we
you know
can
what? I can just
adjust
cut
it.
the weld. I can grind the weld. I can grind the weld. Place it up there.
This is what I have to deal with.
This is what it's like to work with me. We're going to get it done.
Oh, you are good.
Not that good.
The seat is not adjustable, and it's a little too low.
See, look at all that extra room. All right, let's put it on its back. Oh man, it's really heavy.
But could it be too much weight to levitate? The big race will be held on the beach. Before lifting a tool, Jamie's scouting the location. And he's inspired.
Have you ever heard of a thing called a hoverboard?
Jamie, the non-surfer, explains to Rob, the non-geek, what he has in mind.
So we're looking for a large board that we can mount some leaf blowers on the back for forward thrust and 1 on the top and the front to fill the airbag that lifts the thing.
And we also want it to look cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's clear Surfer Rob doesn't share Jamie's definition of cool, but a sail's a sail, dude.
How about this one?
Well, that's kind of hot looking.
It's 22 inches wide, 7'10".
I like it.
It's a bittersweet moment. Old Yella here will never see a way. But Jamie couldn't be happier.
Thank you. We've destroyed a lot of really nice things on this show. You know, Corvettes, home appliances, power tools. And now we're about to destroy a surfboard.
In his search for thrust, like Adam, Jamie has settled on leaf blowers. After the surfboard, he can only afford cheaper models and needs to check their propulsion power.
It's exciting. Get through.
Well, that ought to work. So let's fuel it up. This is easier than I thought.
This kind of looks like Wile E. Coyote or something, doesn't it?
This is officially the silliest rig in myth-busting history. It's taught them immediately that combining inline skates and a backpack makes Jamie giggle like a schoolgirl. The second lesson, this simple rig actually works. It's not fast, and it's not pretty, but it might just be impressive enough to scare Team Savage.
Well, you know, I'm glad he's not wasting his time or anything. I've got a nearly completed hovercraft in there. Jamie's like cruising with the girls. Look, just cruising with women. That's all he's doing. I don't have a damn thing to worry about.
His silly little backpack thing? He's like the hunchback of M5.
Jamie's team's already lost. They just haven't been informed yet.
To Adam's mind, propulsion will be a breeze.
Basically, I would be holding on to this thing, pulling it behind me. When I need to turn, I just turn it this way. I turn it that way. It's really simple.
Of course, the lily pad flyer is still heavy and still earthbound. It's time to rise and shine if they can.
It's totally stable.
They have liftoff.
It was actually very successful. I'm very pleased with it. Weight does not seem to be an issue with the leaf blower. It's got plenty of power to lift the weight we wanted to lift.
The hard part seems over for Team Savage. They're levitating like David Copperfield, and now just need to conjure up a little backdraft to get things moving. In Adam's mind, right now, he should be blowing along like the first leaves of fall. Team Savage has a problem. Fresh from their successful propulsion test, Heinemann's heroes are working on lift.
I'm about to be disowned by every surfer I know.
Old Yella is going under the knife. This hole is for the downdraft that will inflate their skirt.
Jamie, are you feeling confident?
Not at all.
It works. They have liftoff. But they also have a problem.
It's like practically impossible to keep it stable.
It's less hoverboard than wobbleboard.
You're gonna have to have a wider base. That's all I can say, because it's like trying to balance a board on a pole.
Jamie has a hunch he can steady the ship by adding an outrigger.
So this is a nifty invention.
This is actually going to work. And what I've done is I've put some additional support on the top of the bladder where it comes out from the side of the surfboard. And that'll keep it more stable because it can't roll around the edge of the surfboard now. It's got to be compressed. is a little bit tippy, but I think when we get a little practice, I should be able to kind of get nice and stabilized, and I think we're good to go.
The last component, thrusters, ×3.
You know, I kept saying that you were going to come up with something, but in the back of my head, I was going, eh.
Surf's up for Heineman's Heroes. At the end of the first work day of the challenge, they have a flying, self-propelling levitation machine.
I don't know what the top speed on it is, but it was starting to take off there. And if we get the control set up on this, I think it's going to work like a dream.
Bye-bye. See you later.
But first, there's a little matter of a levitation machine build-off.
You can come on in and shoot, but you three have to go away.
We would change our plans after seeing yours.
Just want you to go away. She talks so much trash.
Team Savage needs to keep the lily pad flyer under wraps. It's showing all the mobility of a 2x4.
Today's task is to work on the propulsion of the hovercraft. You're going to start working on the pads, and I'm going to start working on the fan blades.
After laughing at Jamie's propulsion fixation, Adam needs to get his craft moving, and fast.
That's it. That's all that's moving the air.
His leaf blower needs more bite. Something like this. The fan will sit inside a metal shroud. Its blast directed by rudders at the back.
That's not dangerous. Oh my God.
It's fair to say this is not strictly design intent for a leaf blower. Adam's created a monster. Or is it just a monster problem?
Oh. No, no. That sounds bad. It's just too much torque for this motor. Please don't be too much torque for this motor.
It's too much torque. The tiny motor can't turn that big fan.
I'm scrapping this leaf blower motor. I'm going to stop trying to repair it and go for something like a chainsaw motor or a low-grade secondhand lawnmower motor.
A stickler might point out Adam's already spent his $500.
Granted, I might have spent over $500 trying to get this to work, but in the end, the full parts list for our hovercraft will still be under $500.
How did I know Adam was going to cheat?
News of Adam's indiscretion has reached Heineman's Heroes.
I think we can count on the fact that Adam's handicapped is probably Adam. And just because he gets the lawnmower doesn't mean he's actually going to make it work. We've got to design.
If Jamie's mad, he's not telling.
You have the wrong show if you want to see backbiting and sniping. On Mythbusters, we actually cooperate and enjoy working with each other.
For Heineman's Heroes, it would be all too easy to abandon the high road and stoop to cheating themselves. So that's exactly what they do. Quicker than you can say dastardly scoundrel, they've bought and fitted another blower to help with lift.
Now, if this works the way I plan, the extra lift that we're getting from the extra leaf blower will actually also make the thrust from the 3 leaf blowers more effective.
The new improved Heineman Hoverboard is a hit and ready to race.
That's it.
That was the difference. Let's go home.
Yeah. Adam will be here all night anyway.
For his replacement motor, Adam has settled on a 1-horsepower leaf trimmer.
Dude, this is just going to plug right into the fan. I don't have to modify anything.
Again, Adam's pushing the motor's limits.
Guys ready?
A typhoon, this ain't.
The new weed whacker is actually working fine. It's whacking away. It's my propeller that is lacking some balance.
Adam's looking a little unbalanced too. His grand plan is running out of puff, and so is his team.
You got something to say? I'm thinking about it.
It's just been like one disaster after the next.
It's the beautiful thing. We put so much time and love into it, and it's not working. And I'm brokenhearted, and so is everybody else, and Adam's pouting.
There's nothing for it. They have to mount the engine and hope for the best.
You ready?
The lily pad flyer is going nowhere in a hurry, and Adam's in the fast lane to Palookaville.
I'm out of ideas. I just ran out, just a second. Oh, when a pat comes from the cameraman, you know it's really, really bad.
But then, out of desperation, a plan.
Pizza box wings. This is great. Really high.
We're at the Icarus part of the evening, and I think you know what happened to Icarus. You know, I think we might have something. I can only pray for one thing, and that is a total failure of Jamie's rig. Confident to the last. Let's go home.
Ocean Beach, San Francisco, a field of dreams.
Good day for kicking.
For hovercraft builders, it promises triumph. Or the sand of defeat kicked in their face. But Adam has a secret weapon waiting in the wings, and he can certainly hold his own in the pre-match psych-out.
It certainly is pretty, isn't it?
I like the flame decoration on the, what is that, the garbage can, or is that the cowl?
Sorry, that would be the ducted fan cowling. Well, Jamie's rig is magnificent in its simplicity. I mean, there is not a wasted piece of wood or anything in this thing.
He's got 2 motors, and I've got 5. I'm not sure what that means, but I think it means that I'm going to go faster.
The course is 200 yards out and back across sand and water. A grueling test. But by mutual agreement, there's a last-minute concession. Team members can push, but Scotty is homesick. And there's Adam's secret weapon. This race is suddenly wide open.
3, 2, 1, go!
The Heinemann hoverboard leads out. But Team Savage has pulled a switcheroo heading into the water hazard. It floats like it flies.
I gotta lose this.
Jamie's first out of the water, but his lift engines have stalled. Fair play be damned. Adam's calling in reinforcements.
Yeah! Come on! We gotta go to the left around the buoy. And home, here we go!
At the turn, Heinemann's heroes are closing in.
We're almost there, we're doing great!
Pushing Adam's heavy craft is taking its toll. A jockey change, and fresh legs could be the difference. After doing everything in his power to fail, Adam has somehow won.
Way to come in at the last minute there. Nice.
That was possibly the stupidest contest ever in the world.
The thing just filled full of sand. You know, we tested it on a shop floor, smooth concrete, worked great. I'm fairly confident we would have easily won the race, but it's a big scoop.
It may be academic, but Jamie calls a rematch just to see who would have won without assistance. On dry land, it's no contest. This time, it's all Jamie. The Heinemann hoverboard leaves the lily pad flyer in its wake, and a little pride is restored.
Well, they both suck.
But what of the myth? Can you really build a levitation machine out of household items?
Well, Jamie, you know, if you ordered these plans out of a catalog to build a levitation machine out of 3 vacuum cleaner motors, we showed that you could do it, and I actually got about 6 inches of levitation.
Yeah, but in my mind, it's not really levitation. This is a hovercraft.
Well, I'd say, for the record, this myth is plausible, but totally impractical.
Yeah, plausible, but impractical.